Hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at controller settings here for Age of Mythology Retold. This is extremely exciting. I've been waiting for this game for so long, and it's finally here. I will be doing a bunch of videos, but we're going to start off with this, start out at my roots. So we're going to be doing the controller settings for you, just my personal settings. Controls and advanced things like that will be in a separate video. This is just to get you started if you plan on playing on controller, whether it be on Xbox or PC. This is the first time they've released a game for the Age games where it allows you to be either on PC, Xbox, controller, mouse, keyboard, whatever you want, whatever system you want, you have the ability to choose whatever you want. So for me right now, I am on PC, but I am going to be using a controller. So let's get through these settings as quickly as possible. I don't want to waste your guys' time. Looking at the pan speed here, let's jump in. I have mine set to 25%. This is how fast or the direction, whatever you're scrolling, left, right, up, down, doesn't matter. This is how fast it moves. The next one is pan inertia. Same thing. However, this determines how fast your cursor builds up speed in those directions. I have reduced mine to 20%, so I know this kind of makes counterintuitive sense by looking at the numbers, but I promise you, the lower you make the number for pan inertia, the faster your cursor will move, so keep that in mind. These are the settings I've put so far. Default zoom level, I'll eventually change this, but right now I'm just keeping at the default 60%. I'm sure you guys will change it too. This is a personal preference type of deal, so whatever you want your normal zoom to be at when you click that right stick in for it to default to, as well as when the game starts, that's the setting that you guys want to be changing. So we're going to jump down to magnetism here. Enable camera snap. Choose whether the camera snaps to nearby objects when left stick is released. I have this on. I think this is a great feature. Enable camera attraction, same exact thing. I have that on as well. So looking at attraction strength, I have mine set to 25%. I think that's the default, but I'm not sure. From what I can tell, it's really good. I may drop this down in the future. The better you get, the more comfortable you get with these controls, the more tighter you can make them. So for attraction strength, I'll probably be dropping this down to 20%, maybe even 15% in the near future. But for right now, I'm gonna leave it at 25%. But the better and quicker you get at, your accuracy and everything, the lower you can drop this number. But I can say from the past two Age games, the attraction and magnetism in this game seems to be the best so far. So for selection behavior, this is the one that all the Age games have had a trouble with. It's the marquee. For whatever reason, when you hold down the button, your selection button, and it brings up that little painter, it's also called the marquee, which is in the settings here. It takes, for whatever reason, like a second or two for it to activate. I wish it would activate sooner, but for now, this is what it is. We're going to take it for what we can here. The marquee size scale, I've dropped it down to 0.7, and the marquee speed scale, I've increased it to 1.7 just so it activates, increases to its size a little bit faster. I've decreased the size of the marquee size scale so that it doesn't make too big of a painter. That way I don't accidentally select more than I want. Let's scroll down and we'll go back up. Quick find, snaps to units. Choose whether the D-pad selection command moves the camera to the selected units. I have this on. This is one of the best features ever. Keep this on. That's all you need to know. Keep it on whenever you select a unit with your D-pad, wherever it may be on the map, your camera will jump to it. It's a great feature. Quick find, press, hold behavior. Now, this is the one that I hope they get updated in the future. Your options are press single, hold select all for global, press single, hold select all for local, and then press select all local, hold select all global. So the only way for you to select all units on the map and all units on screen, that's what local means. The only option is your third option. So that's the option I'm going for right now. I won't be able to select single units on screen one at a time. If I want to do that, I'll have to select them manually by clicking them with the cursor. So that's the middle ground that I have found so far. You can change this to your liking, but for me, that's what I'll be using. Hover highlights, I have that on. Choose whether an object receives a highlight when it's targeted for selection or interaction. And then selection highlight, choose whether an object receives a highlight when selected. Now, I could see you having just one of these on. That way you don't get confused whether an object is selected or not. I could see probably having hover highlights off if you want. But for me, I'm keeping it on for right now. That may come off in the future. Again, it's a preference thing. Menus, press or hold menus. I have this on hold. I could see you doing both. Press, I don't think is a good option. There are some menus in the game. By the way, when it's talking about menus, it means like things in game, like the wheel, the commands, that kind of thing. I have it on hold, like I said. That way, when I let go of the button, it automatically hides it. I don't have to hit the button twice. There are things like the villager priority system, where it automatically stays up even if you have this on hold. So it doesn't change that. I'm not sure if that's a bug or whatnot, but for right now, I have it on hold. I think it's the best selection for speed and, you know, everything else you need to be doing with the menus. This is an interesting little one. Y or B to cancel. I have it on B to cancel. It's just what I'm used to. I could see other games, though, where if Y is your cancel button, have at it. You know, you can change it to Y. Right stick press opens the villager priority system menu. This is a really cool option. I personally won't have it on because it's not what I'm used to. But it's kind of cool because if you want to be able, if you prioritize being able to get into your villager priority menu over adjusting your screen, then you can turn this on. If you prioritize the being able to flick, you know, hit the stick in and it adjusts your screen back to the default viewing and angle and all that, then keep this off. Or if you're just used to the old way of the stick and then the left trigger and analog stick to bring up the menu, then keep this off as well. Again, this will be a preference thing for you. I don't think it's better either way, one way or another. But for now, I have it off because that's what I'm used to. And I really like being able just to spam click my stick in to reset the orientation of the map and the screen and the zoom and all that. This is a no-brainer. Choose whether to hide the mouse cursor upon swapping to controller input. I have that on. I think it's nice to have. I don't like having the mouse on the screen while I'm on my controller. So that's the settings for that. I do want to go into some general settings as well. I think it'd be important. So when you go into game, let's scroll down here to what I believe to be some important ones. Right, so gameplay. Immediately auto-queue villagers at game start. Turn that on. Just turn that on. Your villager automatically start building. You won't have to waste a second. You won't have any idle time. Immediately auto-train villagers in newly built town centers. I have that on. I could see why you wouldn't want to have it on for some things, but I have it on for me. Allow villager priority? Yes. Again, if you're on Xbox, I could see you definitely wanting to use this. Even if you don't use it early game, having it on late game is a pretty nice feature. One-click garrison. I have this on. I'm not sure if this works for controller or not, but if it does, it'll be very, very helpful. So I have that on for us as well. Easy military drag select. I have that on. That way, if I'm selecting a bunch of military units with the marquee, it won't accidentally select the villagers that are in that marquee as well. But you can turn that off if you want to be able to select villagers and military in the big marquee painter. Feel free, turn that off. Default stance aggressive. And I don't think the rest of these really affect controller, but I will be testing them more in depth. But for now, these settings seem to be very, very good. And UI, I don't think any of these matter. If you're on PC, though, make sure you have the alternative HUD layout off, because if you don't, for whatever reason, you can't actually see your resources. So make sure that's off if you're on controller, guys. So these are also going to be like preference type things for full tooltip. Show build status messages, show hit points while units take damage, show hit points while holding Alt. Again, that's mouse and keyboard, but I assume there are certain buttons on the controller that count for these buttons, like Alt, and so it might matter. But for me, I just have a lot of these on the default settings. But yeah, I think other than that, I'm trying to see. I don't think any of the accessibility settings matter for us, really. When the game starts, it'll ask you about the narrator and all that. If you want to look at your controller settings, you can go to View Controls. I do want to say, though, when you go into here and you do this and you look at the controls, for those that want to watch, I'll go back and you can pause or whatever. When you go back into the menu from here, what I've noticed is, boom, it makes your pan speed, pan inertia 0 and messes up a bunch of your settings. So, just for now, make sure you don't hit save after you go into your view controls. It's a bug. I'm sure they'll get this fixed. So when you go into your view controls and you go back, make sure that you do what I just did, where you do it again and it'll reset it, or just make sure you don't hit save after that initial time. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to mess up my settings. But you go into controller, you hit view, you back out, boom, everything's 0. Right now, don't accidentally hit X, don't save, otherwise your controls will be absolutely ruined. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Again, this is just a really quick controller settings video. I will have a definite, more in-depth one in the very near future. I really want to give a shout out to people, to all of you guys out there that have been watching my videos throughout this entire beta period. I have more and more videos coming. It's been a roller coaster ride. I can't thank you guys enough. More casts, you know, possible tournaments, you know, first person viewing. I don't forget, guys, I have a Discord as well. Make sure you guys go in the description of this video and you'll be able to join the Discord for PC, Xbox players alike. You guys can, you know, find games, find, you know, teammates, whatever have you. Or just want to talk, you know, if you have any questions, that kind of stuff. Discord's great, full of great people. For the videos themselves, I'll be putting out probably multiple videos every single day, so you're not going to miss any content. If you're watching this right now, please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my content, if you enjoyed my content in the past. Hit the little bell icon to get notified when I go live. I'll be live on here. I'll be live on Twitch. So the content is going to keep on coming. I don't really have much else to say. I just wanted to thank everybody. I've been waiting for this game for so long. I know a lot of you have as well. I know I'm getting off topic here. But again, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys really soon. As always, my name is Joe Desla, and I'll see you guys next time.